live from Virginia, USA, day 2 of Success Habits Challenge. If you're new here, my name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm in Virginia, USA, business owner, very passionate about taking our lives to the next level. Recently, I started a challenge because, successful people have these habits they do every day, right? So, because I've been talking about the habits on this channel, but I said, let's do it consistently, like day by day, so that we end up with all of them together. We keep adding one every day until we have all of them. So that when I do, like yesterday I did one, I'm about to review. I did one today, I add another one, tomorrow I add another one. It's going to be 7 days. So this is day 2. But if you're seeing for the very first time, I normally talk about, if I'm not talking about this stuff of personal development, I'm talking about making money online, starting a business, in general, taking our life to the next level. So, if any of that sounds interesting, taking your life to the next level and making money and starting a business, consider subscribing and also adding a comment when you watch me, liking, sharing. Now, yesterday, that's when I started this. And I talked about 2 things. I talked about the habit of being grateful. But before I said that, I said something very important, which is our happy place. I'm not an expert, but I read books, I study people, I learn. So the happy place, I learned the term happy place, I learned it from the lady Natalie Ledwell from Mind Movies, but also Bob Proctor called it vibration. He always, the late Bob Proctor, he always, he was always talking about this same topic from the age of, in the 20s until 80s when he died. One topic, attracting money, abundance. That's what he was always teaching. So he said you need to be in a positive vibration if you want to attract good things. So yesterday I talked about the happy place. How do you know, I'm reviewing, how do you know your happy place? Go back to your life, to your childhood, to the moments until now, the moments that made you really, really, really happy. And the reason why you need them, you cannot attract good things when you are in a low vibration state. You want to be up here, happy. That's how you attract good things. So I want you to identify your happy place and know it, so that at any moment you can just sit and think and close your eyes maybe and take yourself to that day, to that moment, to bring the vibration to the happy place. Okay, that's when, like, today we are doing I am affirmations. I am affirmations, you don't want to start saying them unless you are in a positive vibration. That's why we started with that. Then I talked about the important habit of being grateful. So if you are not here yesterday, you haven't watched the one I did, please, day 1, I put numbers on them. You need day 1 because you have to identify your happy place, and also you have to start with the being grateful, the journal. I said get a notebook and write down what you're grateful for. We discussed that yesterday. Now, for those of you who finished yesterday, we are continuing. Today is day number 2, and an important habit called using affirmations. I don't know if I need to write it in the chat. The affirmations are like statements, okay? I'm going to, I like, because I'm not, welcome, but is this really Mariam under that name, Essence, or is Dr. Nakalema? Who is in there? I caught these at a weird time. So right now, I come live at a weird time. It's 11:29 p.m. US Eastern. Most people are sleeping, but I come and I put them on. Later, you can watch them. Okay, if you're watching later, that's okay. Now, affirmations, I recorded a long video where I discussed them in detail. So what I just did, below this video, in the description, you find that I linked a longer video because I took time. They have types and all that. So I'm not discussing too much today, but you can watch that other video. I think after this, I'll put it in a pinned comment. Those of you who come later, so you can get to it. It's a long video. I discuss more slowly. But now, let's understand what are affirmations. You know, I like to refer to experts because you may think, who is she? What is she talking about? So, right now I'm referring to, it's called psychologytoday.com. Psychologytoday.com. Although the way she defines it, her name is Shiki Davis, PhD. It says, a guide to affirmations and how to use them. I want to quote a few things she says here. It says, affirmations are statements that we say to ourselves that can shift our mindset and make us feel better about ourselves. Remember, but I'm going to give you an example so you understand why we need these affirmations. Because Bob Proctor explained this very well. He said, we have a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. A conscious mind and subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind, other people talk about it. You can go read about it or listen to someone talk about it. It happens when you are young. From the time you are born, some people say up to age 6, 7, age 8, but young age. So, what happens around that age affects you subconsciously, but you are not really aware that's affecting what you are doing right now. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you 2 examples. This can happen even later in life. What we are trying to correct. The I am affirmations are going to help you reverse something. You are reversing something, affirming something, right? And other people say that I am, the word I am, there are 2 words. I am. That anything you say after the I am will follow you, good or bad, okay? So, let me give you an example. Imagine a young boy grew up with his father. I want it to be his father, not someone else. His father. And when he was at those times, remember the subconscious mind when it's being built around, like from beginning all the way age 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This father kept saying to the boy, you are stupid. You are stupid. You'll never amount to anything. Let's assume that's what happened to this boy. Do you know that boy, he could be a man right now, maybe a husband, a father boy. He's now a husband, a father, maybe a big boss somewhere. He still feels it that he's stupid. He still feels it because daddy said it. Dr. Phil, the one who said that someone who is very important in your life, when you're young, a mother, a father, those people you respect, when they say something, you believe it. So, you may find it's Oprah who likes to go in detail with these kind of people, men who are inside broken. They don't have the confidence because of what happened a long time ago. So, if this man, that young boy grew up like right now, if you found them, they will say, even if they're doing great things right now, inside they feel they're stupid. They don't feel they're smart enough because dad said it. So, the way to correct that, let's assume maybe they didn't get to being very, very old like that. Maybe they caught it like around, maybe teenage years. It would be nice if someone told them that, you know what your dad said was not true. Actually, was not true. So, they're going to ask you to write I am affirmations. You say, I am smart. I am confident. I am, remember I said, whatever you say after I am becomes true. Although you don't believe it, there's the power of repetition. You don't believe it at the beginning. Because remember, you've been believing you're stupid. So, I am smart. I am confident. You say you put the positive, but they say it loud, say it. There are rules about this affirmation. I'm not going to go into that. Remember, I said I have a longer video that I recorded in a different format, in the format of a video. This one is a live. Please go watch it. It's in a description, and also after this live, I'm going to put in a pinned comment. So you see it, I followed systematically what you shouldn't do, what you should do, the types. The I am types, affirmation types, We have the 5 types. You can make affirmation about what you want. Number 2, about why you want it. Number 3, about the action you need to take. Number 4, about what thoughts you should have. And then number 5, what is life like? So if you went and watched that video, you see that I was doing it. I was actually even standing up, teaching slowly, and giving you the examples. So go watch that one. But for today, for this one, I want you to understand that it's very powerful. These are very powerful if you want to change your life. It's an important success habit. I'll give you an example of a young boy. Now think about an example of this one. Is something happened to a woman. It happened to her later in life. She grew up very confident, beautiful. Then she marries a man. These are imaginary stories. They're not true. She marries a man who's abusive. I don't know why I used the example of men abusive. I should have brought a woman as an example. So abusive. Because the woman can call their son stupid too. Anyway, let's go with that example. The woman who was very beautiful, very confident, gets married. And maybe after having a child or 2. Now the man she married changes. Now started calling her, you are ugly, you are this. Like she loses her self-esteem and she starts believing it, that she's ugly. See? Yet she's beautiful. If you find her, you see her, she's beautiful, but because someone is repeating it to her every single day, maybe they start believing it. So this lady, hopefully she gets out of that sad relationship, abusive relationship. She has to go through these exercises. Write down, I'm ugly. Oh, no, I'm beautiful. I'm confident. You see, the I am is what's going to bring her back. But it takes a lot of time. A lot of time, repetition to believe it, and then slowly, people come back. So these I am statements, or I am statements or affirmations, we use them to affirm things that are not true right now. That are not true right now. But you say them like they are true. So let's assume you are broke right now. There's no money. You say, I am rich. I am wealthy. Because I am and I have, it all has to be the present tense. You remember that video? When you go watch it, you'll see that there are rules to writing these statements. They have to be in present tense. You don't use negative words like don't, not. Please watch it so you understand this. Or you go to do your research, how to write these statements. You're going to write statements. And I like the money statements. The ones, I have a whole video about, I think the whole video about money. I like, this channel is about making money, being successful, stuff like that. So when I give examples, they tend to be in that, and about the money. So I am making whatever, the amount you want to make. Can you imagine when you don't have anything in the bank, but you kept saying, I have this amount of money, I'm making this amount of money, I am successful, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy. By the way, if your issue is health, you can say that, I am healthy. Because these statements work for any situation. I am, I have, that's how you write them. Let me see here if I can find some examples for you. I don't want to make this a long life. This lady, remember, psychology today, she's saying, Tiki Davis says affirmations, you have to say them loud, like loud. In fact, some people teach that go in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am confident, I am, like that. That's how they work. You give them power. And then you can say affirmations out loud, use the present tense. I already said that. And I said that in my other video. Try not to highlight the negative, yes, and choose meaningful affirmations. Then this one talks about different kinds, like I have that in my video. Let me see. Like she gives an example here, I am enough. I am enough is always confusing. When people say I am enough, but you feel like something is missing. But you have to say, I am enough. I am worthy of love. She's giving me examples. For those of you, if you are looking for love, I'm worthy of love. I'm courageous. Then those are examples she's giving. I grow and improve every day. I promise that, in fact, she's suggesting that you start an affirmation journal, but I don't think affirmation change too much. That's my opinion. Because there are things you want to happen, you sit, take time and write them down. After I write them down, I don't need to change them. For me, I just write them. In fact, I have a list of like a 100, so many of them. I just read the ones I wrote, okay? So, but she's talking about the affirmation journal. For me, I say gratitude journal is the one. Because for gratitude, things keep changing. But this, you sit down, you create your affirmation depending on the goals you have. You know, one of the habits we have coming when I come here is goals. I'm writing them down. So you're going to see that we are coming back to this I am statement, I am affirmations. Now, yesterday, I hope this is clear, right? I am. You're going to sit down and research depending on, in fact, after we do the goal, you see how the two line up together. But the things, you can even start right now. The things that you want to happen that are not happening, start saying, I am or I have. I am doing whatever I want to do. Because what happened, that subconscious mind, the one that happened a long time ago, you start to impress it that now the thing they say is stupid, doesn't understand. Whatever you say to it, it takes it, right? And you keep using the word now. This is happening now. I'm confident now. I'm successful now. That as you keep doing that, it believes it. Man, that's so stupid, doesn't understand whether it's happening or not happening. Behave like it's happening. Say it like you mean it. The happy place is going to help you because now you're in this high vibration. You believe it too, and you get the feeling. That's how we create a better future. Remember, all this is about creating a better life, right? So I said yesterday that when I come today to talk about I am affirmations, yesterday I introduced something that I got from the Instant Millionaire book, where the gentleman was teaching a young man to say this statement. I shared it yesterday, but now I'm adding another one. Every day, I'm about to end this by the way. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. Remember, we teach these things about say, don't sleep. You have to be really doing something, right? So keep saying this to yourself. He was saying like maybe if you can do 2 rounds of 50 times a day, 2 rounds of 50 times, like 50 times in the morning, 50 times in the evening, or even 3 times of 50 each. Every day and everywhere, I'm getting better and better. Every day and everywhere, I'm getting better and better. That one, and then today I said I'll introduce another one by Robert no, not Robert Kiyosaki. I always like to talk because of the books. No, Bob Proctor, the late. He taught a statement. This one is I am. It's an I am statement, and it's to do with attracting money. So, and I like to share this if you want to attract money quickly, like today or tomorrow. But guess what? You know why we don't do it? We are lazy. We don't do it. But you do it. Try it. This is a statement. I'm going to even get it in my brain because I used it too much. I remember it. I shared it too much. I remember it. But if you want, because Bob Proctor said you have to repeat it like a parrot. You have to repeat it. Because I think he knew that people are not going to do it. He recorded it. He recorded himself repeating it. I think he repeated it 100 times. If you go to his YouTube channel, you know I kept his YouTube channel, although he's dead. You're going to find him. He's repeated it. He recorded it, I think, twice. I mean, in 2 different videos. He was saying like this: I'm happy. Please get a pen and write it. This is going to save you some pain. Because if you really say it, some cash is going to show up in your life. That one, I can guarantee it because I've given it to many people and they used it. But guess what? Most of us don't, even me. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I forget. Not forget, but I just don't focus on it. Okay, are you ready? I am happy and grateful now. Remember that now? We want it. Don't change anything. Don't change words. I am happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. That's a statement from the late Bob Proctor. You can go on his channel, you're going to find him. If you go search YouTube for Bob Proctor's money statement, you're going to find him. He was saying it himself. And I've shared it with many people. I'm going to repeat it. Don't worry. Or you can rewind the video. Write it down, read it, share it. Whoever does that, especially if you have like something going on where you need quick cash and you want to add, this is the law of attraction actually. It's the law of attraction working. If you know about the law of attraction, you can attract what you want actually. Do you know that? You can switch the statement a little bit and put the money you need for a purpose. You can say, I'm happy and grateful now that I have so much money, the one you need now, and in order to pay this bill, for example. And you keep repeating it and repeating it, remember I said, like a parrot. And then things start changing, something happens and something happens and some money shows up. But I give this advice for the short term. I never said use the statement for all your life, just for the short term. Like you have your low on cash and you're wondering what to do, you say it again. I am happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. That statement has so many meanings, so many important things happening in there because, for example, it says, I'm happy and grateful. The happy and grateful thing puts you in that vibration that we're looking for, like you're happy. You have to pretend that you're happy, although you are not really. But as you say it more, actually, as you keep saying it, you start believing it. And that's when it starts to happen because to work, the law of attraction starts working because of the feelings. The law of attraction works with feelings. If you are not happy, things are not going to happen. So you have to train yourself to get into the high vibration so you can attract the good thing. Okay? So I think we're going to end there. We are on habit number 2, write affirmations. Sometimes they call them affirmations or they call them I am statements. But better to call the technical word is affirmations is the better word because not all of them start with I am. You could say I have or I. Not all of them. Let me see here if I can find you an example that doesn't go with I am, but it's still an affirmation. Let's see. She had an example here. Let's see if I can find you one where she says, okay, I grow and improve every day. That's an example she has. My life is full of potential. I have the power to change. I'm courageous. Today I'll focus more on I am, but all those are good affirmations. It doesn't always have to start with I am, but it could start with I, or it could start with I have. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for following this. Now, the reason I did this like this, not like sharing in detail, is because I already recorded videos about it, but I wanted to focus on these for a week. So we did the happy place. I don't call that a success habit. I just call it be aware of what makes you happy or what made you happy sometime, so that if you want to bring the vibration up, all you have to do is think about that moment and bring the feelings. And in fact, when they train, they say bring everything else. Like, okay, what are the sounds? What are the smells? What are the senses? That's how you then in future, when you are trying to work on something new, you always go back to this happy place to bring the feelings so you can attract faster, manifest faster. I'm not an expert, but I hear experts teach. So I come here and share. You can go explore these topics. If you learn how to impress, they call it impress, your subconscious mind to respond to these things we're talking about, that's how people manifest whatever they want, become rich. Those people you see successful, there are things they know we don't know. Because they can afford the coaching, they can afford all the things, because these things are not taught in school. They're not taught in school. In fact, it's very sad because I think people need to know about the conscious and subconscious mind. Parents especially, because parents mess up the subconscious mind of their children without knowing it. Without knowing it. All the bad money habits we got them from where we grew up, the lack mindset, thinking, oh, there's no money. There's no money, money is never enough. Stuff like that, they happen because the parents didn't know that we are now teaching bad habits. They didn't know. They didn't know. So those people you see successful, they went into this. They understand how it works. Okay, so habit number 2 is done. Number 1 was being grateful. I covered that yesterday. Number 2 is write I am affirmations. I have a list. When I go live, like on TikTok, I read the list. People pick out. But I give you one that is fun. People like when I say, I love money and money loves me. You know that? That's a kind of I am affirmation. But to say I am okay. It's a positive affirmation. I love money and money loves me. You know, they say that maybe you don't love money, that's why we repel it and it disappears from us. We have to love it and know how to take care of it. Susie was teaching that you have to, like when you have paper money, make sure it's straight. You put it like in your wallet, like neat. Don't throw money like this carelessly. Love it, it will love you. Those are tips from experts. Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow, if we are here alive, we're going to add another habit. And I think tomorrow, let's do the goals. Because if you do the goals, then we start affirming and adding it in here. Let's do day 3 goal setting. Day 3, writing our goals. Okay? Hopefully you're going to get some kind of thing, like a notebook where I'm putting these, because these are daily. You have to do them daily. The affirmation, being grateful in the morning and evening. These affirmations, they go with the morning routine. See, now when you add in the goal, you're going to write your goal and add it on. All these things are done daily. Okay? Thank you so much. When you watch this, please. When I do these and they're not, let me see. There's someone in the chat. I'm checking. I didn't even say hello to anyone right now. Today, I didn't have good manners. I forgot that there were people in the chat. Oh, Fazia, thank you. Welcome. I'm so sorry. I forgot that I had even people in the chat. So please, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, let me bring it down here. Let me put it in the chat for you so that you watch it. Because if you don't, you are left behind, especially if you don't do the happy place. If you don't know your happy place, you are left behind. I'm finding the video so I can put it out for you. You go watch it and catch up. Please, the reason I'm doing this is repetition. For those of you who have seen me before, you know I'm just repeating things. But let's put it in order, in like perspective, that every single day we are doing this. It's one thing to know that something is good to be done, and it's another thing actually to do it. Okay? We know walking is good, right? But how many of us do walk? We don't do it. So let me get the link and put in the chat. For those of you who come later, the chat is going to have this video from yesterday. I'm putting it in the chat right now. And the one that explains this I am affirmation in detail, I'm going to put in the pinned comment. In fact, let me do some work. I put them in the pinned comment so it's easy to access. But otherwise, they're normally in the description. But the pinned comment makes it easy, right? Okay, so after this, I end this, I'm going to put things in the pinned comments so it's easier for you. Okay, thank you all so much. Fazia, I need to know you more. I don't think I know you, do I? Welcome. I'm here every night. Sometimes I start a little bit later, sometimes, but around this time, 11 p.m. USA Eastern Time. That's when I set this up. Thank you so much. Salma, bye-bye. Essence, I didn't get the answer. Was that the real Mariam? Oh, it's Mariam. Okay, that's good. Good. So, please, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, if you want to benefit from these things, for me, I'm doing these things, I'm already doing them daily. So go to this video that I just linked, please go watch it. Get like a little notebook. You want it to be a little notebook because if you travel, you go, you're not home, you take your thing with you. Like the gratitude, it has to be daily. It doesn't matter where you are. You have it. If you're a lady, put the little notebook in your purse or in your handbag. Go with it. Okay? Thank you so much. Add comments for me. See you tomorrow with a new habit. I think we're going to set goals. Let's write our goals. Then we start affirming the goals and then continuing with more habits. I'll bring more habits until we finish 7 days. Okay? Bye-bye.